So that happened. To give you guys a little behind the scenes, what's how I filmed these. I worked nights, as I probably said in the previous videos. Um, so I had to be at work for 11 o'clock, and the PlayStation conference went at 9. So basically, I gotta see it before work. I could not focus at work because just most people have done their reaction videos last night. Everyone's been freaking out about the news, and we'll get to that in time. But it's 8 in the morning right now, so I've had a couple hours to kind of just think about all this stuff and not really give my opinion. It's boiling in my head, and right now I feel like the coach in a sports movie where the team's won, the arena is empty, and I'm kind of just left with it, just me, and just like that really happened. Sony would have won the day with The Last Guardian. Sony would have won E3 with the reveal of Shenmue 3. Sony obliterated everyone with the Final Fantasy VII remake. Like, I could end it right now. What more do I need to say? One of those games could have claimed it, but the fact that there was all three of those, I mean, just my brain can't handle it. But of course, I'm not gonna just fanboy. So let's go through it all. See the big, the high, the low, and there was some low, I can be honest, of everything that Sony had to offer. So they began with The Last Guardian. I mean, I saw some people saying it doesn't look PS4 quality. Obviously, it's a PS3 game being scaled up, yada yada. But the fact that we're still getting it is awesome. Again, it is upsetting that it's come in 2016, but after Fallout and all the the Assassin's Creed and Star Wars and all that stuff, I don't think it could have survived this fall. So that's fine. And again, they haven't confirmed when, so it could be January or February, like Dying Light, and that game would kill in the early year. But so, there you go. After months and months of speculation, Colin Moriarty, wherever you are, I owe you steak dinner. We were all doubters. You kept to your guns, and here it is. After that was Horizon Zero Dawn from the Guerrilla guys who do Killzone. And at first it very much looks like Killzone because it's in the future, it's this futuristic city, and then it becomes a post-apocalyptic world with robot animals. And it seems so simple, but it's just robot animals, with cave people. But it's so unique and different and awesome. I'm just like, yeah, that's, I don't know what that game is, but I want to know more. And then the Hitman new game. Right now, just called Hitman. I don't know if it's got a, subtitle or anything. But PlayStation's getting 6 exclusive missions. Yeah, fine, whatever. I'm happy. I have not played a Hitman. I would like to, but I hear they're good. And then after that, Street Fighter V, which is also a PlayStation exclusive. They revealed Cammy. Then they also talked briefly about No Man's Sky. They showed how big the universe is, and it is big. They showed you do have a gun, so there will be combat of some sort, and you can get into space fights and all that stuff. But here's the thing. We've seen this game about 3-4 times, and I don't really see the goal. Now, they've mentioned that you can get crafted materials and you do this and that, but what purpose am I playing this for? Why am I going to play No Man's Sky besides the fact that I can just explore any planet? I mean, the game still doesn't have a release date, so they have plenty of time to hype it up, but it's just still to this point, we know it's big. We know you can go into space and do all this stuff, and it is impressive. But you got to give us a reason to play it. Even Minecraft, which a lot of people, say has no point. I think to me on a base level, the point of Minecraft is to build a house and then fortify it. So make it bigger, make it, stronger. So, you can do more stuff. You can craft. You can do all that stuff. So Minecraft's about building a house. What is No Man's Sky about? But it still looked awesome. The fact you could go from space to the planet, out of your spaceship, it was awesome. After that, Media Molecule, who we haven't seen in a couple years, announced Dreams. It seems like a more trippy Little Big Planet because you can make whatever you want. You can do all this creative, awesome stuff. But where that game was trying to be a 2D platformer, this is just like, well, you can make music, you can make art, you can make videos and all that stuff. Again, it is beautiful. It is awesome. I'm just like, why? Like, what purpose do I get out of this? Because Little Big Planet, you have the awesome levels, the Mario ripoffs aplenty before Mario Maker, and now it's just like, cool, someone made a very neat painting. All right, moving on. After that, they did a demo of Firewatch, which is, most people are gonna say it's probably just a Minecraft ripoff. Honestly, it reminds me of a park ranger simulator because you have to explore, find out, help people, explore this big open wilderness. You've got just a radio and this woman talking to you, giving you missions. You can get a turtle, a pet turtle. Yes, there was that. Well, okay, he was holding a turtle, but anything you can pick up is automatically yours. So Fallout, you had a bunch of pot pans. Destiny got a big expansion with a bow and arrow. Even Destiny, thousands of years in the future, bow and arrow. Doesn't matter what genre, what game, bow and arrow. Everyone loves it. Everyone thinks it's awesome. Then there was a trailer for Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Look, it's Assassin's Creed. If you're not gonna play it, you won't. Look, you know what it is at this point. World of Final Fantasy, which is super cute, super adorable. Should have been a Vita game. Again, I'm not complaining. It's just it not that it feels small. It's just, well, it is small. It's about you can turn chibi to ride on monsters, or they can ride on you. It's super adorable, super cute. It would have been a great Vita game. As it is, it's now a great PS4 game. Then, this is a part of the conference where the internet exploded. Because, first off, you have the Final Fantasy remake. And they said, hey, we heard what you guys said. We know what you want to do, so here's a trailer. And it starts up like a city. Slowly builds. Children playing on a park. And if you've played Final Fantasy, you know that park. Slowly builds, start seeing the reactor. You're like, oh, is it? It keeps going. You see people on a train and these military guys, but they don't look like the bad guys from Final Fantasy VII, the soldier people. And then finally it gets Cloud, and it's just like, there's a scene very reminiscent of the opening where you're going through a crowd and you're like, oh, it's going to be Aerith, it's going to be Aerith. And it wasn't, it was Cloud. That leaves zero doubt in our mind. It's a Final Fantasy VII remake. Look, I think Final Fantasy VII is extremely overhyped. It's a great game. I think it's awesome. I don't know why people think it's the best. I mean, it has good characters. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I have played better games. But even I can't, you can't deny just the sheer shock that it's happening. So what do they do to follow up with that? Shenmue 3. Now, again, PlayStation is not publishing it. They just, announced the Kickstarter. They're supporting. They're not doing shit. They're just getting credit for it. But still, the fact that, again, we live in a world with Final Fantasy VII Remake. The Last Guardian is alive for now. They could cancel it again, or be another 10 years. But and Shenmue, the fact that all of these things we've been waiting years for are finally within our grasp. We can just get them. I mean, just they want it there. And that would probably explain why after that it kind of took a dip. There was a brief trailer for Arkham Knight with a huge spoiler at the start. I won't say it, but don't watch the trailer if you haven't beat Arkham City. And after that, they briefly talked about Morpheus. Yada yada. It wasn't as cool. They didn't really do much of a demo. They're just talking about what their hopes are, what this. So we would have liked to see more, but again, it's a hard thing to talk about and to demo on a stage. After that, they talked about PlayStation View, which not a lot of people know about, but I think it's awesome that it's a TV service, but the cool thing is you can pick and choose what channels you want, which I've been saying for years. I like the History Channel or Spike or stuff like this, but you always have to get them up a package. Now with PlayStation View, you just pick the channel you want. None of the BS, none of the filler, no extra channels you're not paying for, which is just awesome. They still in the beta testing phase, but hopefully it gets enough good reception and good vibes that it becomes global at a certain point. After that, there was a demo of Black Ops 3, which is everyone, even me included, as a Sony fanboy, was just like, this is weird. I mean, it makes sense. PlayStation's the dominant console. It wasn't at Microsoft's, but it felt weird to say Black Ops demo at a PlayStation conference, because for so many years it's been Xbox. And now we're getting the exclusive content. We're getting all the free maps, the DLC, everything. It's just, I'm not complaining, but it was definitely weird. There was a brief demo of Disney Infinity where they confirmed PlayStation gets Boba Fett. So, I mean, that pretty much wins it, like, for PlayStation, because if you want to get the heart of a Star Wars fan, you give them Boba Fett, and it's only exclusive on PlayStation. So, yeah. Actually, I will say I do like how they did that. If you watched the earlier, just video on the Microsoft, it was like world premiere, world exclusive, Xbox content. This one was just like, yeah, it's coming to PlayStation, doing this and that. They didn't make a big deal about it. Even though to the fact, like, most of the games had a PlayStation mode, like an exclusive mode or timed exclusive or whatever. So I do like the way that Sony operated like that, because they weren't bragging, but they had plenty to brag about, just in terms of all the exclusives the console is going to get. After Infinity, they briefly went on to Battlefront, and announcing a co-op, single-player mode, which I'm happy for. You get mission commands from Admiral Akbar, so that's just going to be a blast to play and just to hear him go off. And they're going to say it's a trap at some point. It doesn't matter what context, it's going to happen, and that's just going to be awesome. And they ended it with Uncharted 4. And again, so there it is. So after Final Fantasy VII and Shenmue 3, it goes from Arkham Knight to Morpheus to PlayStation View to Black Ops 3 to Disney Infinity to Battlefront to Uncharted 4. Like, it was not necessarily a bad conference near the end, but after those first ones, they kind of were just like, oh, well, that's it. We blew our load. We don't have much else. I mean, I'm still thoroughly satisfied to this point, but yeah, PlayStation didn't drop the ball, but they definitely kind of eased out. They didn't end with that big one more thing. The one more thing was Uncharted, which we've seen before. It's coming next year, but it's an Uncharted game. There was nothing that really made us go, whoa, besides obviously the beautiful visuals. So, yeah, I mean, it's 8:23 in the morning. I have been up for over about 19 hours, close to that. I'm extremely tired. We still have day one, technically, of E3. But yeah, unless unless Nintendo announces something like I don't even know. PlayStation has it so hard in the bag. Just all those announcements. Again, taking out Shenmue for a minute because it's not a PlayStation exclusive. They're not publishing it. They just announced it. Taking away The Last Guardian. Final Fantasy VII Remake still wins it for everyone. Fallout, again, is a game I appreciate, I admire, but again, I'm not a fan of. But even I, who am just like so on 7, can understand the magnitude and the severity, the huge impact this has for the PlayStation 4. So again, it's one of those things, much like the Microsoft conference, they didn't really give a lot of incentive for people to jump over. But they pretty much proved if you do have a PlayStation 4, you're going to be in for a sweet time. So that's pretty much it. I'm just still in awe. But we have more to come. We've got Square Enix. Hopefully they'll tease Kingdom Hearts 3. Nintendo and the PC gaming show. So who knows what could happen there. Maybe Half-Life 3. But I'm going to go sleep. And I will see you guys in the next video.